Greetings and welcome back to the darkest dungeon. I am Edumacated, and last time we answered the call of our ancestor, and now we are here at the estate. A decrepit, decaying husk of a town. Many places aren't even unlocked yet. All we have are the tavern, the abbey, a graveyard, and the nomad wagon. Last time, our heroes investigated the ruins and came out slightly worse for wear, but certainly not any worse than they could have been. We gathered some new recruits. An occultist named Uri, whom, with many of them, I might end up renaming them, because some of their names are just a little unintelligible. He seems to know the staples of the occultist spellbook: abyssal artillery, weird reconstruction, which is one of the most unreliable heals anyone has ever dreamed up, the vulnerability hex, and Demon's Pull, which can also be useful. A new crusader, this time with Inspiring Cry, which heals, de-stresses, and increases the torch. From what I've heard, this is one of the best skills the crusader can have. And finally, the Hellion, who has most of the really good moves, in my opinion. However, Torn Rotator, -5 damage on melee skills, that's going to be a detriment. However, we go in unfettered and embark on a new quest. Question is, which one do we do? Eye patch for a man-at-arms that we don't have. A debuff amulet might be useful for our occultist. A book of holiness reduces the effects of stress, but also makes them more susceptible to death. And a blight amulet. Not bad for a plague doctor for sure. But let's bring in some of our new party members. And make them ready. Suppose I can bring the occultist in, but not as a healer. Inferno Paradise. Very interesting name for this group. So until we can unlock things like the guild, we are pretty much locked in with the skills that our new recruits and old recruits possess. We cannot improve them until the time is right. So, I suppose we will try this for the Blight Amulet. Ah, yes, because this is a medium-sized mission, we get firewood to set up a camp. Camping gives heroes a chance to recuperate while in the dungeon. When you are wounded or stressed and wish to camp, right-click on the firewood in your inventory. So we get 1. We will need food for this expedition. And maybe more than just a single stack, unless fortune favors us. 2 shovels. Maybe a few bandages, just in case. A couple of keys. And of course, most importantly, torches. I'd say a stack and a half should suffice. I'll take a medicinal herb or 2 as well. Cannot over-prepare. That just drains your money. I'd say this should be enough. Let's go. The ruins bear all the signs of your ancestors' frenzied digging. Yes, what was my ancestor thinking? Looking for cosmic, ungodly creatures in the deep down in the earth. Some people I just cannot be happy with their life of opulence and happiness.
The fiends must be driven back.
Ah, the hero panel, which I've already brought up.
And the seat of our noble line.
Yes, we know about that. Interesting. I suppose we'll take care of this wing first. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear. Well, this definitely does not give us any kind of advantage. No, she can only move up 1. Well, I'd rather somebody do some damage.
Sedated.
There's really no physical healing to be done yet. Now there will be. Yes, we need to get to work on this madman right away before he unravels the mind of our Vestal. Case in point. Leave her alone. You must leave now.
As the fiend falls,
that one's dead, but the other one still lives. They're focusing.
Another one falls.
She will indeed go mad soon, if I don't do something about it. I do have something I can do about it, but it may be too late. Keep trying to pull this little beggar up to the front. Perfect. Now they can do nothing. Critical heal. I'm improves the stress healed.
Be gone.
That I
fiend.
appreciate. Well, we've managed to pick up the pieces, at least. Keep working her stress down,
The
but
promise of safety.
be careful, because taking even just a moment too long
The wounds of
will cause
war
my
can be
adventurers to
healed,
start complaining about it.
but never hidden.
Of course, we can't help it if they're dodging everything. So let's lower that dodge. I hate to, but I
Confidence
feel I
surges
must.
as the enemy crumbles.
Yeah, protection stone. Oh, right. I forgot. Reynald has the other one. Alright. Moving ahead. At least now I don't have a kleptomaniacal crusader to contend with. Empty. But we get a scout. Of course, there's a battle down there. Let us face it. I'll come back for that.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Spiders can inflict blight. The maggots can inflict stress. Which, of course, on our vessel, works like a charm.
Surgical precision.
Not much more I can do. Except inflict curses.
Back to the pit.
I suppose we didn't really need torches, did we? At least they're not focusing on the Vestal anymore.
Precision and
We'll have our occultist attack the back lines. Actually, our Hellion can do the same.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
My hero is bleeding. Yes, I'm aware of that. If you wish, you can use a bandage from inventory to stop the flow. However, we do have some healers. Let's see. Let's take care of the one that's doing the bleeding. It'll be to my benefit. Excellent dodge, Uri. Continue your onslaught.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
That at least took care of the Arbalist.
time to perform beyond one's limits.
Well, if there was ever such a time, this would be it.
Their
Kill him.
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Oh. A very timely dodge. Drag her up here so that she may be slaughtered. Maybe someday. There. Now all that's left is that one. Try using this unreliable heal. Get the vessel in on the action as well. There we go.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I remind myself of that every day. Very well. Returning back, and there's one room that has a battle in it. Yeah, I have herbs. Let's try using them.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
I only use 3 food. Ah, I see. You're a stress faster. Well, that's useful at least. I think this is another place where the herbs can come in handy. Already looted. To remedy that immediately. Let's try to get that one up to the front.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Destroy him. Show no mercy. She'll probably follow the same strategy we did last time. At least now the stress is being stretched out. Don't worry. The Vestal will take care of you. Unfortunate. Fortunately, with the two of them going back and forth trying to get forward, they'll never get anywhere.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Must try to keep the Vestal from losing her mind. Let's keep this comedy of errors going on.
A singular strike.
Who knew that could land a critical hit? And who knew you could kill with a curse? It looks like our time is up for this one, so we should finish him off quickly. Then the results are so we'll just destroy him.
This expedition at least promises success. Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Let's see, the Onyx is 500, this one's 375. It's hard to say if we will get any more like it. So we will just trade up for now. And that room is practically worthless, so we shall skip it and continue forward. Again, fortunate that retracing our steps does not consume as much torchlight. More hunger. Fortunately, our Vestal only takes little nibbles when she's stressed. Let's see, who would benefit from this? Our Hellion probably would. Plus 30% damage. I like that. But it lasts until camp, so we must be careful.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
A very disappointing miss from our Vestal. Hopefully she does not fall victim to the great nibbles. The Red Plague. Wonderful. Now we have disease. Stuns wear off, but their effects linger on.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
With 5 rooms left. I believe I shall camp now.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
The benefits of camping. Camping consists of 2 parts, the meal phase and the skill phase. During the meal phase, you choose how much they eat, which determines recovery. Make sure you have enough food. Skill phase allows you to spend rest points on different hero skills used for recuperation. Of course, we will give them a feast just because the Vestal needs to do something about her stress. Our Crusader can spend some time talking to everyone. Our Hellion can gain some critical damage. Sanctuary is probably necessary. So we shall do that. Let us be veiled in holy light, so that way we can sleep through it. Unspeakable commune? No, we don't need that. Alright. There. Use your best words. And then for the final three, the Hellion should sharpen her blade. That is everything. It looks bad, but there's nothing to fear here. There's plenty of blood left to shed. Unless they're all skeletons.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it. Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent.
A flying start to the second half of this run. And we've got an extra key. Let's use it here. I can be satisfied with that. Nothing. And no scouts either. So now we are checking everything. I've learned that books, unless found in a bookstore, serve no purpose. Nothing here, so we wasted our time. There must be one more room battle somewhere. Bags are always safe.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
At the very least, they contain nothing. It is fortunate that our Vestal is still fairly stressed out. Sail the back lines. While our front men and women do the main part of the work.
How quickly the tide turns.
A nasty hit. But we can respond in kind. I would prefer to leave the occultist to do his damage, rather than attempt healing.
Grievous injury.
I'm now regretting that decision. When a hero is reduced to 0 hit points, they are at death's door. While in this state, they will suffer stat penalties, plus any further damage has a chance to kill them. Heal them to get off death's door. Such as right now. She'll continue to have those debuffs until the end of the quest. We had a chance to remove them earlier. Actually, We'll use Bulwark of Faith to mark the Crusader. Perhaps he will draw some kind of attention away from the Hellion. Or not. Still alive. Alright, we have no choice.
Patched up. If only to bleed again.
Very prophetic words. There's not much anybody can do from this position, and that's unfortunate. At least with a bit of adrenaline, the Hellion can undo the bleeding. These crossbowmen have to die. Drawing closer now.
A momentary abatement.
Our Vestal working feverishly to keep people alive. While the Arbalists feverishly try to end the life of my poor Hellion. Kill one, please. Thank you. Try one more weird reconstruction. In the hopes that she didn't bleed. Can handle the Arbalist. I hope. Yes. My.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
At least the rewards were well worth it. Oh, good. More of them. At least they're surprised this time. Critical heal, but not where I'd like for it to be. Destroy that one before it makes a nuisance of itself. Well, I despise doing this because it seems like she bleeds more than she heals. Where do you think you're going?
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
So who do I give this to, I wonder? Suppose I can give it to you. More books that I'm not interested in.
match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Nothing here. Well, that leaves us few surprises. Also leaves us with no more food. Alright. Let's go to our fate. Again, books not worth the trouble. Well, there was a way to use torches without having to go to the inventory. May as well burn 2, just so that way I have maximum light going into this. Furthermore, I don't know why I don't put my Hellion back on the front where she'd be a bit more useful. Keep the obelisks from doing too much damage, especially against our Hellion. Confound it. Kill him.
Momentary abatement.
Unfortunately, that's the last time we can do that. They are not giving up on annihilating the Hellion, are they? There, one.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Even with the vulnerability hex. Thank you. 1 point of damage. That is the end.
Horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
I have no interest in investigating that tentacle idol. Let's just return home.
More bones returned to rest. Devils remanded to their abyss.
Found quite a bit, though, down in that expedition. Everybody hits level 1. Wheeled Explorer. Night Blindness, that's wonderful. Extra stun resist is helpful. And 20% reduction in armor upgrades. That'll be great, once we have the ability to do so.
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way.
Well, the blacksmith and the guild are now open for business.
Make no mistake, we will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
Now with the guild, we can actually unlock abilities that are not available. Furthermore, we can improve other abilities. For our Vestal, she shall learn her backline ranged attack. Heroes can only have 4 active combat skills at a time. Toggle the skills on and off to change your loadout, and watch how it changes that hero's positional strength in the display above. So, we will remove Base Bash because that doesn't do us that much good. And we'll bring in Judgment. A useful self-heal as well. And for our Hellion, if it bleeds has always been a useful skill. Much more than bleed out. We should let her have that. And for our blacksmith,
the bellows blast once again. The forge stands ready to make weapons of war.
let's see, with only 13 deeds. However, they did include the option to trade heirlooms for other ones. That can be useful, and I might end up using it here.
Fan the flames, mold the metal. We are raising an army.
An army of 7. So let's see if I want deeds. Or is it selecting crests and then doing that? I misread that.
A sharper sword, a stronger shield, anything to prolong a soldier's life.
Indeed. Now that gives us some opportunities to upgrade our team. However, first, our vessel desperately needs to relieve some stress. Let's see who's shown up now. Yet another crusader. And our jester, quoting Arnold Schwarzenegger, "We shall welcome our new jester.
He will be laughing still at the end."
And a man-at-arms.
The raw strength of youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
More deeds are necessary to improve our roster. I suppose I can sacrifice some busts to turn them into deeds, which I probably should.
Word is traveling. Ambition is stirring in distant cities. We can use this.
Yes, we can lure the foolish to their fates. But in the meantime, that should be all for this episode. It already took quite a while. Let's see where our progress stands. The Weald has come unlocked. Excellent. We may have to investigate them in the next episode, or continue to skulk about in the ruins. Very well. That is the end of this episode. I thank you for watching. And remember, I have been Edumacated, and now so have you. And I will see you in the next episode, perhaps, of The Darkest Dungeon. Farewell.